Within the modern world, there is no escaping the fact that you have to make more money than the standard 9 to 5. It's just not enough anymore for ambitious men, for men who want more than just a normal life, or a life whereby they just get by. For men that want more than that, the 9 to 5 is not enough. So you have to find ways to generate more funds. You have to think outside of the box, do something different. But a lot of guys who are trying to make more money will fall into the trap of becoming obsessed with the numbers. They will become obsessed with the money rather than becoming obsessed with improving themselves and improving their value in the marketplace to eventually attain more money. They're just focusing on the number. They're not focusing on actually making improvements. They're not focusing on how they can become more valuable, or in a sense, provide more value. And it's a simple fix that a lot of guys would benefit hugely from making. But they become so focused on the money and the numbers that they walk around with this sort of greedy mentality. They take shortcuts in life and they take shortcuts in business for the quick increase in revenue that might come from that shortcut. But what they underestimate is the importance of strong relationships. They'll undercut a client hugely on a deal and think, well, if I do this, I'm going to have £500 extra this month. And they decide to make that decision. And the client finds out and never works with that person again. Now, they walked away with £500 extra, but if they had maintained a good relationship with that client and respected them and prioritized the long term and providing genuine value, they could have attained thousands within that calendar year from that client. It could have converted that client into a repeat customer. But the short-termism of a lot of men, this obsession with more money quickly, is damaging them because they are forgetting about the importance of relationships and providing genuine value. When you provide genuine value to a corporation, to an individual, they will reciprocate that value and reward you for it. They'll say, you know what, I really like Alfie. Alfie has helped me out, so I'm going to help Alfie out. But if I decide to rip somebody off in business, this can be, for example, if I decide to rip somebody off and they find out about it, that relationship's over. No more repeat business. And that is what a lot of guys do. That's how a lot of guys operate. They just think of the immediate moment. They think of the money, the shiny object. But guys, you're not monkeys. You're men. You're grown men. You've got to start looking a little more long term. Forget about the shiny object syndrome. Yes, the goal is to have more money and increase your revenue, but ultimately the goal should be to provide more value, because the more value you provide, the more money you will receive. But if you fixate yourself on the money, and you just think, I need more money, I need more money, I need more money, you turn into this obsessive individual who loses track of the main purpose of what it is you are trying to achieve. You're so fixated on the numbers and increasing the numbers in your bank account that you forget the main principle of providing value and being of service to others. If you look at successful people in business who have amassed large amounts of wealth, ultimately when it comes down to it, they provide a service. They provide something valuable to people. If they didn't provide value, they wouldn't be where they are today. And I understand that with the cost of living going up, the price of, renting a property or owning a property, food, gas, everything like this, you think to yourself, I want more money, that's normal. But one of the best ways to make more money is to forget about the money. As weird as it sounds, forget about the money. And start to think more about the value that you can provide. Because when you provide value, the money will come. Forget about the money. Think to yourself, in a business sense, if you're working with a client, how can I improve this client's life? How can I improve this client's day-to-day with what I can provide? Then go and do that. The money will come. Maybe you're not going to make as much money as the guy sat next to you in the office who is just ripping off all of his clients. He's going to make a lot of money in the short term. But soon enough, he's going to burn off all those clients and they're not going to want anything to do with him. But you, who yes, made less money in the short term, are going to establish long-term relationships with those clients who will reward you over a long period of time. You might have business with these people for 5 years. You might leave your current job, go and do something else, and have such a good relationship with that client from the old job, it can carry over into the new job or your own business. Because you are providing value. But when you are obsessed with money, like a little monkey running around, thinking of only one thing, money, 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 you're going to make less money. So the secret in making more money is to simply ask the question of how can I become more valuable? How can I better serve people? How can I provide more value to anyone and everybody that I collaborate with within my personal and professional life? Now, I'm not talking from the perspective of a millionaire. I'm on my way up. I'm trying to do this myself. I am practicing what I preach on a daily basis. And yes, I am actually actively doing this and benefiting from this way of doing things. So I can tell you it works. But I still see a lot of guys who fall into this terrible, terrible trap of just becoming this selfish, tunnel-visioned monkey who is obsessed with getting more money for himself, becoming richer, taking from people. In the long term, these guys are not going to be the guys that have what they're looking for or a good reputation. Prioritize providing genuine value to people. And at the end of the day, when it's all said and done and you've retired, you're going to have a lot of money and you are going to have an excellent reputation. So have a think about this one, guys, and be honest with yourself and ask yourself, where in my life have I maybe been a little bit selfish relating to this particular issue? We've all done it. We've all focused on the money too much sometimes and drifted away from providing value. But if you've noticed this within yourself, now is the time to ask yourself, how can I provide more value to the marketplace? How can I better the lives of the people that I'm doing business with? I think that is a huge step to making more money, providing genuine value and being of service to many. Look guys, if you took some value from this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, check out the links down below in the description. I run a free men's Discord community, the link's down below. Great group of guys in there right now making some great changes personally and professionally. And also another one of the links is my one-to-one coaching call link. If you just click on the link, book yourself a slot. I will see you on the other side if you're interested in hopping on a one-to-one call with me. As always guys, comment your thoughts down below, like, subscribe. Thank you for your time and attention, and I will see you in the next one.